Welcome to our channel on near-death experiences, NDEs. We'll explore stories of people who've been on the brink between life and death, returning with new perspectives. These accounts offer a unique glimpse into existence, life's meaning, and the universe. Each video is a journey through transformative experiences and spiritual discovery. We're creating a space of understanding and sharing for these extraordinary stories. Whether you're here out of curiosity or seeking comfort, we hope to bring you peace and awareness. Join us on this journey of spiritual exploration. Every moment is an opportunity to grow and love. Thank you for being here with us.
Rachel, a head nurse, recounts her near-death experience, NDE, that occurred during emergency surgery. She was working in the hospital's radiology department when she began experiencing excruciating abdominal pain. Despite being a nurse, she had postponed seeking medical attention, resorting to self-medication. The pain, which had persisted for 6 months, had become unbearable, forcing her to go to the emergency room. Examinations revealed nothing significant, but doctors decided to proceed with exploratory surgery. Before the procedure, Rachel had a premonition that she was on the brink of death. During anesthesia, she didn't completely lose consciousness but felt detached from her body and began to ascend. The ascension felt natural to her, finding herself in a kind of tunnel where things seemed to pass by her. She telepathically perceived the presence of 2 male entities accompanying her. Suddenly, she saw her paternal grandmother, who had passed away years ago, radiant and luminous, smiling and extending her hands. Rachel, surprised, asked her what she was doing there. One of the angelic entities intervened, saying, "No, Rachel." Rachel telepathically understood that if she touched her grandmother's hand, she wouldn't be able to return. She asked why, but received only an insistent and serious, albeit loving, "No." She was told she had to go back. At that moment, Rachel heard the voice of her 3-year-old granddaughter, Sammy, telling her not to say goodbye and not to leave. Later, her daughter confirmed that Sammy, gifted with psychic abilities, had indeed spoken those words while playing in her room. Rachel was projected back into her body, waking up in intensive care. The surgeons had removed a cancerous tumor the size of a grapefruit, removing a large part of her intestine and performing a colostomy. They gave her 3 months to live, as her family later informed her. In the following days, Rachel left her body 3 or 4 more times. Angels told her she no longer had cancer and allowed her to observe her own cells. Back home, she felt that the connection to her body was weakened. She learned a lot from these experiences and can now practice ascension through meditation. In 1992, Rachel's youngest son had a car accident while returning from university. In subsequent years, Rachel claims to have seen him during her out-of-body experiences. Rachel expresses her willingness to assist in NDE research, considering them a real phenomenon not simply attributable to neurochemical reactions of the dying brain. She is convinced of the existence of a different dimension, which she calls paradise, having experienced it personally. Responding to a questionnaire about NDEs, Rachel provides further details about her experience. She claims to have been fully lucid during the event, describing the sensation as similar to a dream, but at the same time very real. She confirms having experienced a separation between consciousness and body, perceiving herself as light but with her usual form. Rachel describes hearing a buzzing sound similar to that of a mosquito and passing through a kind of tunnel or space-time portal. As she approached her grandmother with the angels, the light became increasingly bright. She claims to have encountered other beings that she seemed to know, although she can't explain how. The experience involved a modification of the perception of space and time, as well as the sensation of accessing particular knowledge about the order of the universe. Rachel reports reaching a kind of limit or physical delimiting structure and being aware of future events. Following the experience, Rachel claims to have developed paranormal gifts, including the ability to see her son and Jesus. Her attitudes and beliefs have changed profoundly. She now believes in the existence of a living God and is more aware of the brevity of earthly life and the adventure of inhabiting a physical body. The NDE has influenced Rachel's relationships and daily life, increasing her respect and love for ordinary things like trees or a glass of milk. She has shared the experience only with the closest people. She describes the best part of the experience as going back and forth between the two realms, while the worst part is the sadness of finding herself again in the heavy envelope of the physical body. Rachel mentions having had other encounters with spiritual entities before feeling better. When the doctor advised chemotherapy, an entity of light revealed to her what would happen in her life. Following the NDE, Rachel has developed a strong interest in other dimensions and regularly practices meditation and prayer, often experiencing out-of-body experiences. In her letter to Dr. Jeff, Rachel expresses her consent for the publication of her experience, including her name and email address. She believes that research on NDEs is of fundamental importance due to the profound effects these experiences have on the people who live them. Rachel expresses some doubts about the fact that few people are really interested in this topic, comparing it to stories about extraterrestrials. She observes that society tends to avoid the topic of death, even when it is inevitable. As a nurse, she finds it sad that death, the last earthly adventure, is a topic that many, even among professionals, do not feel comfortable communicating about with terminal patients. She supports the need for further research, stating that NDEs go beyond simple cellular anoxia causing hallucinations. Rachel is convinced that we are more than just a body and that people from all cultures and countries have reported similar near-death experiences. From a scientific point of view, she suggests that the omega point could be related to the first cause of the universe.
If you enjoyed this video or you're interested in the topics we cover on this channel, I'd be really grateful if you could subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. Share the video with someone you think might appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Preface: near-death experiences, NDEs, can be profound, life-changing events. Remember, NDEs are subjective experiences, not proof of an afterlife or a guide for living. Channel purpose: this channel shares NDE stories and information, providing a platform for open discussion without promoting specific beliefs. Disclaimer: this content doesn't replace professional medical or psychological advice. If struggling with mental health issues, seek professional help immediately. If you've had an NDE and need support, consult a therapist experienced with NDEs. We don't promote suicide or self-harm. If considering suicide, contact a prevention lifeline immediately. Suicide prevention resources: National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255. Crisis text line, text HOME to 741741. Conclusion: we hope you find this channel informative. For questions, please contact us. Remember, suicide prevention is crucial. If you're struggling, seek help. You're not alone.